And as adults, as grown people, um, I just learned that a good friend of mine just, got a pretty harsh chastisement from our Virginia State Bar
Oh,
organization, and is dealing with, believing that he was going to have a small smack on the wrist, and he just got a pretty big smack on the wrist. And so what does it mean to be told that you can't do your livelihood for a period of time, and you find out about it, at the end of trial? You take the trial, and so often are, we in that have the mantle of what I wear, that lawyer mantle. There's a lot of those people, that identity. I don't know why that's coming up right now. Um,
well, admonishment of ourselves, I think, is present in the boy on the stoop or the girl, the little one, or whatever anyone identifies as, because, in a moment where this is present in our current, zeitgeist, the idea that there are only two when there have been more than two in existence in every culture and often revered for being exactly that. I think it's time to say what is. And there's lots of men and women attempting to reclaim those definitions in space because they recognize that there's been, whatever it is, something missing. And I think what's missing at one level is listening to ourselves, which requires stillness and sometimes guidance from outside of ourselves. And then in a listening or a communication as we're having, I'll bring Clementine in here.
mm-hmm.
And, Clementine's the communication. It's a Clementine or it's a ball, but it's communication. So when I look to Charlie and I say, I'd like you to hear or try, feel, touch Clementine, I have to know that Charlie, in a good communication, is ready to receive. And if I toss it instead of handing it, because I can obviously just hand you Clementine, I'm gonna hand you Clementine.
Not Clementine.
All right. In an exercise with a group of parents and teachers and administrators at a startup school, we had about 40 people walking around the room with a ball, and there were two standing structural posts in the middle. It was kind of a, obstruction. And we started kind of static, everybody standing on one ball, tossing across. As this is the communication, you look to see that the person's ready to receive the communication, listen with your body, your eyes, but you're about to communicate with them. Are they ready? Yes, they're ready. You acknowledge, you toss, you see them catching it ahead of them catching it. They do the same in reverse. They see that they're ready, they acknowledge they're ready, and they see themselves catching it, no matter where the throw is, Aaron. We couldn't get tossing one single ball across 40 people around past, a single digit number. Then we eventually got to double digits. They stopped us and explained. We got to the point where we were moving and changing directions and had multiple balls going, and they stopped us after 30 completed tosses in that kind of more dynamic. And the reason that that's a good exercise is that people don't stop to listen. And that's to yourself and what cues you're giving. Are you really going to be able to complete this communication, or are you recognizing what you're feeling or thinking? So the little person on the stoop, a person in a professional situation who is being reprimanded by his a professional organization who is established, or in the zeitgeist right now at the top of, a country saying there are only two types of people we will recognize, when there are clearly more than that in physical form. Whatever that means, is another conversation.